Now, I'll tell y'all something that I hadn't thought about that someone brought to my attention a few moments ago, and that is future pandemics. I've spoken to you guys about how, to me, coronavirus is a harbinger of what's to come. It is a taste of the future. And climate change, this disaster capitalism, politicians just bold-faced lie to your face, and then even after it comes out they lied, they feel no responsibility. All this goes, it's pieces of it. It isn't just one thing. And globalism as well. This rising nationalism when no one wants to work with anybody else. All of this is a piece of that. That we can't do this. Like, we're moving into a world that's more dangerous, that's more fraught with problems. We have to have regional and global partnerships to make this thing go well, or at least so people can survive this. Otherwise, just a bunch of rich people going off to their bunkers and the rest of us scraping, and it's basically Elysium. But what someone brought to my point on this, someone brought to my attention on this forum was that imagine if you had a disease that was killing more people, that spread like coronavirus. Even if it just spread the way coronavirus does. Let's just say it just, we know it's from coughing and from the mouth. It's by oral dispersion. I mean, imagine. But see, you know what though? You know the thing about it is though. That's why I've stopped trying to compare SARS with coronavirus, even though I know that it's a type of coronavirus. It because for one thing, there's more people in the world than there was in 2003. China is involved with more things than you had in 2003. 04, 03. It's a different world. It's a different world than it was back then. And so it's dangerous to put it to those numbers because that's not valid. It's like talking about Joshua 2011 versus me in 2020. You can't do that. I'm a different person. I'm a different person. I'm not the same person. You know, I have the same goals. I'm not the same. What I'm saying to you is, it doesn't kill a lot of people the way SARS did. Because if it did, people would just be falling dead. It wouldn't spread as fast. The fact that people can travel half around the world and spread the disease and not even know it till they get back on the plane tells you it's not as deadly. It's not as, what's it called. But still, if you had a disease that functioned like coronavirus that killed more people, we would all be in a world of trouble. And it bothers me that religion and conservative politicians, conservative states bullshit and downplay the seriousness of it. Because to me, this has been a wet run in my preps. It has. Coronavirus has been one big wet run. Not to downplay it, not to downplay the seriousness of this at all, but it has definitely been a wet run for me. Thank God. See, one thing I always bring to y'all's attention isn't just what you're prepping for. We're dealing in a society where things are crumbling. People are not cooperating with other people, and we're not having we don't have a useful social safety net to deal with some of these problems. So people can't go a month just sitting down. They can't. That's an enhancement, and that makes any crisis worse. I always say that to people. So for me, I thank God we haven't had any serious power outages. I thank God you haven't had a lot of police or utility workers going down, these firefighters going down with this, because that's my fear, Nick. We already have the spread. We already have young people getting sick and dying. We already have hospitals running out of gear. That's already happened in a lot of areas. and you already have the crime, people breaking into restaurants and stores. The next thing is police, utility workers getting sick so where they cannot fulfill what needs to be done out here. And with that, you have people not able to. Excuse me. You have people not able to. We're not able to deal with problems. You know, we're not able to respond to calls for service. We're not able to respond to fires and car wrecks and power outages. That's my other fear about this. That's the next thing I see coming if this prolongs. So a power outage, it might last for 4 hours, may last 8 hours, may go overnight. We have to expect this. You have to expect this next. You know, for that to be the next part of this. But yeah, for me, this has been a giant wet run, not a dry run. I said that at the beginning, but it's not because people have died. So it's not a dry run. Even if one person died on the other side of Charlotte, it's still a wet run because I could get sick. I could die of this. You could die of this. Got this today. It actually takes particulate filters, which I already have. It's cotton particulate filters. I'm gonna show you guys. Show you what I'm talking about. Alright. Oh, I've got a bunch of these, as you can see. These are all basically N95 filters, the cotton. I said it's almost like I'm ahead of the FDA. I feel like I'm ahead of the government, as crazy as that sounds. These are KN95 masks, which the FDA just, I think yesterday, said that people could start using this. It's the same as a regular N95 mask. This is made in China. You can see the China print on there, I think. Let's see if you can see it or not. But it is K95 masks. And so I've got like 100 of them or whatever. Now, these are actually, same thing. 5N11CN is the identifier you need to know. I gotta get a thing for this, and this is the outer covering of it. Put it in there and close it on there. I didn't know. Gotta get one of those. And what it is, it's really a pre-filter, like a pre-filter, and you put it over another filter. But I'm gonna just use these straight. You can still buy them on eBay, which I'm gonna do, like $3. I've got other respirators. I've got Evo whatever. This is the P100. But I fear that this may go on longer than I expect. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Going on eBay, going on places like that, and seeing no hand sanitizer, and I'm hearing that Amazon will only sell hand sanitizer to first responders and things like that. I knew it would be like this. It's a little chilling to see that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little chilling to me to sit here and see that you just cannot buy hand sanitizer, or you just can't buy Lysol wipes and things. I've got like 3 bottles of Lysol in the cupboard, or things like that. It's a little chilling. I've got alcohol in here. I don't have a lot of 90 alcohol. If this thing was to end off tomorrow, probably one of the first things I'd get, this is like 50%, is 90% alcohol and like 5 or 6 bottles of bleach. Seriously. Yeah, that's what I should have done. Alcohol and bleach. Got toilet paper. Don't really need Lysol wipes like that. I think that's kind of a convenience thing. This is not a convenience thing. We need to be working for the long term, because this could go on for a long time. Part of me feels like they will reopen the government at some point, but that it will be. It's like everything Trump does. It'll be divided. Like I heard Georgia just reopened the beaches, but yet they want people to stay safe distance and all that stuff. It'll be like that. You're gonna have states where they reopen and you can do certain things, but you can't go in stores, you can't go here, you can't go there. You'll be able to get certain things, I think, eventually. It's just it's more of the piecemeal kind of governance Trump has. The illegitimacy Trump has. I think eventually they will open the stores. I think eventually things may slow down. I keep looking at the second wave that's coming. China's talking about it. The American military has been talking about it for about a couple of weeks now. They're planning for it. That's what I'm looking at. I think this will, at some point in the next month or two, dissipate somewhat. And they'll be able to squash the curve a little bit. I think that will happen. But I think that I'm not. That's kind of like when my aunt talks about how this is going to be the new world order and all. It's I don't dwell on that. Like I don't focus on that. That's not gonna help one way or the other. It doesn't help one way or the other if it's true or not. Like I'm not focused on that. I'm not. That's not like what. So if they did, what does that do for me? What am I? You know what I mean? What am I learning from that? I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking. Let me tell you my mindset. They're saying the mail service may shut down in June, and I still gotta get that little part that goes here. Okay, that's where I'm focused at. Okay. You talking about the new world order? I'm focused on getting water around here. I'm focused on things of that nature. I've got a little bit of a back supply of my extracts and stuff. I mean, that's what I'm focused on. Normally, when the weather warms up, I kind of chill out on my extracts, but I think now more than ever, I need to keep going with my stuff. Just pumping up the immune system. Olive leaf, things of that nature. Anyway, I think that this thing's gonna get worse before it gets better. I don't think we even really got the major impact of it. Peace out.